Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? It's been a month. It's been 5 weeks, actually, almost 5 weeks. You guys, we are 6 months post transplant. 6 months, 6 whole months. Um, so much to tell you guys. I'm looking it up now. I made notes. So much has been going on in the last month. First, the question I get the most: how do I feel? Well, I feel better every day. I feel a little bit better every day. So last month was a little bit rough, off and on. It goes and comes. It doesn't stay. So today I feel pretty decent. I've been feeling decent. Last week I wasn't feeling that hot during the week. I was just extra tired. But as the week ended, excuse me, I started to feel better. Um, I notice improvements in my movements every single day. Every single day, I notice improvements. So with 6 months, so they say the beginning of the roller coaster, you go all the way down to the bottom, and then you start to chug your way up after 6 months. So I'm hoping it's the turnaround for me, and I'm starting to chug myself up. Um, so much to talk about. I don't even know where to start. So you see, I have my little afro coming in. My hair's growing. It's growing pretty fast. I'm pretty pleased about that. It's very salt and pepper. Don't know where that came from. I didn't have so much gray before. It won't stay. Don't worry. I'll be coloring it once it grows longer. So that's growing. Um, Oh, I went to the hematologist oncologist on Wednesday. My blood work has rebounded greatly post transplant, except absolute lymphocytes, because the last dose of rituximab lowers that. But all of my other counts are up. I actually got 3 shots. I'm beginning my immunization. I was on the fence about whether I was going to do it because I was a little bit afraid that it would re-stimulate my immune system. But so because there are anti-vaxxers, right? There are anti-vaxxers in the land now. So measles is a thing again. It shouldn't be, but it is. So if I got measles, my body wouldn't be able to handle it. If I get the immunization, my body might not be able to handle it. I was taking my chances on the immunization, not making me sick, as opposed to trying to be somewhere and get infected with something and it be worse. So I started the immunizations. I go again in 2 months, and then they have a schedule. So all of my blood work was good. Um, my biggest complaint is the spasticity in my legs. They are very, very spastic. Like it's out of control. But I'm not the only one. I keep on hearing stories of other people having spasticity as well. So I am getting Botox. I was supposed to go last week, but I had to do something else. So I had to push back the appointment. So I'll be going not next week, the week after to get the Botox, and hopefully that helps. I'm back using my CBD oil. That does help, but the spasticity is crazy sometimes. Um, I'm back at work. I've been back since August. So I'm reacclimated into that. I still go to PT 3 times a week before I log on for work, and I still ride the bike when I'm not at PT. So I'm trying to strengthen my legs as much as I can. The oncologist, the hematologist oncologist, did tell me something interesting though. So she said the reason I'm so out of it is because of such the high dose of chemo. So the chemo's out of my system. The filgastrum is out of my system. However, the rebound is taking a long time because it was such a huge dose in 4. So it kind of wipes you all the way out and you have to rebuild. So I do feel some days better than others and some days not so great. And also, I still don't know if you guys can see, but the black lines on my nails, she said they're coming, they're leaving. But she said that was because your last dose of chemo, after they took your stem cells, they wiped out all your cells. Like you, that's why you go into neutropenia if you're not careful. And now that the cells are regrowing themselves, the line is pushing back up. So it's almost off of all of my fingers. It's on some of my toenails, not all of them. So that's a good sign. She said that my cells were being regenerated. Um, what else? Haven't really been going anywhere because COVID is still an issue. I did go to the supermarket on Saturday. I still wore a mask. I am longing to be on a beach on an island somewhere, but you can't really do that right now. So I met a young lady. Her name is Tomorrow. That's actually her name, Tomorrow. And I thought that was the coolest name ever in the history of life. Tomorrow is her name. Her name is Tomorrow Dawn Frazier. She is attempting to go to Mexico to get HSCT. So if you guys can go to her GoFundMe, if you can. Um, um, if you guys are wanting me to say the name of your GoFundMe on the channel, send me an email. I'll say it. I'll shout you out just the same way. But her name is Tomorrow Dawn Frazier, and she has a GoFundMe page, so she's trying to go to Mexico. Okay, so speaking about HSCT, Milwaukee HSCT is up and running now. So they are taking patients. If you're interested, it's a trial, but they are taking patients. And it's in Milwaukee. I took a screenshot of the card for you guys to give you guys the number. It's at the Aurora Cancer Center. And Emily Lenz, Lenz, is the name of the doctor that's listed. And the phone number is 414-649-7542. It's at 29 West Oklahoma Avenue in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53215. So 414-649-7542. And I say that because they just opened. And I don't know how many of you are interested, how many of you are still fundraising, but they just opened. So there's Seattle Cancer Center and then this one that I know are doing it here since Dr. Burt is not doing his trial anymore. Um, uh, so I was on the podcast twice, Myelin and Melanin. They're my favorite podcasters. I hope you guys are listening. So go check me out there. You can listen to it on YouTube. You can listen to it wherever you listen to podcasts. I was on there talking about HSCT. Um, what else? Oh, so I had pain in my groin bones and my hip bones. And the doctor wants me to get an MRI because she's saying some type of AVN or some type of neurosis. They think it's my hip, but I don't think it's my hip. I think it's the residue from the filgastrin shots because it's not consistent. It's not every day. It's not 24 hours a day. It goes and comes. When it hurts, it really hurts. But when it doesn't hurt at all. So I'm trying to put off getting any MRIs so I don't have to worry about getting the glandular in my system yet. I'm actually trying to make sure that everything is done well before I go and get glandular. So I'm not getting any MRIs. Well, I want to get an MRI 12 months to the day that I had the stem cell transplant. So I'll do the brain, thoracic, cervical, and lumbar on that day, as long as I'm not feeling like there are any new symptoms or anything. So I'm trying to hold off to give my body time. Um, what else? Oh, so I'm finally off of the Bactrin. So you know you have to be on an antibiotic for 6 months, the Bactrin. And so I'm talking to the ladies now. You know that when you're on an antibiotic, you get yeast infections, like it's a big problem. So I'm finally off because I was miserable on. It was just wreaking havoc in other parts of my body. So finally off, she told me I could come off. Um, what? Oh, I'm still on Isovir because too many people, when they come off, they get the shingles. So I'm waiting until I'm able to get shingles vaccine before I come off of the antiviral. So I'll stay on the Isovir until I'm able to get the shingles vaccine so I don't end up with shingles. Excuse me. What else? I think that's it. I I get frustrated sometimes. That's the only update. I get frustrated with my progress, and then I'm reminded Rome wasn't built in a day. You got to take it easy, yada yada yada. So I try to pace myself, try to not be too frustrated with myself. My friend who is now my family, she's my family. Her name is Dee. She's like, you've had MS for so long. You think it's just gonna turn around immediately? So I try to be mindful of that, but you get frustrated because I feel good some days, so I want to do more. But I'm reminded when fatigue hits that you can't really do so much. Relax, calm down. So you guys did have a couple of questions for me. So I said this before, but in case you didn't see those videos, I eat 100% plant-based. I do not eat meat or dairy or fish. 100% plant-based, probably for like 5 years now, maybe 4 years, 4 or 5 years. I can't remember how long, but a long time. Um, Somebody listens to the podcast. Yes, I did give birth in the front seat of the car. My son, hey Amir, my son was born in the front seat of the car. Yes, that's true. Oh, hey Joe. Hey, let me say hey to Joe too. He asked me the same thing. Um, what else? No, I work full time. A few people asked me if I'm on SSI. No, I work full time. I still work full time. Well, everybody's working from home now at my job, but I was working from home before this. I've been working from home probably about 6 or 7 years now, so I don't have to go into an office. Every once in a while, I used to go in the office, but I'd rather not go to the office because you can work with no pants on. So I do that. Um, that's it. That's it. I've answered all of the rest of your questions. Oh, somebody asked me if the MS comes back, what am I gonna do? I don't know. Can't answer that because it's not happening yet. I'll decide when it happens. So I don't plan for doom. I'm not the type. I understand that it's a possibility, but it's not in my plans that it will come back. It's 100% in remission now. So I don't know. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, if I have to get to it. I would do HSCT again. There's this guy on YouTube. I think his name is Coach something. I can't remember his name. I'm sorry. And he had done it, and then after 11 years, he got a new lesion and had to start taking Ocrevus. But 11 years is a long time. So for me, 11 years would be worth it to do HSCT over again if that's what I had to do. I don't know that that's what I will have to do. I'm hoping that's not what I'll have to do, but I'll just deal with that if I have to. I can't plan so much ahead. Somebody asked me if I regretted doing it because sometimes I don't feel well. No, because on those drugs, I didn't always feel well either. So, no, I feel better than I felt the whole time I was taking Rebif when I took Rebif all those years ago. So, no, I don't regret anything. I don't usually live my life backwards like that anyway. It happens, I acknowledge it, I keep it moving. Like, you can't walk forward looking backwards. So, I don't usually live my life like that. But just wanted to pop in, you guys. We're 6 months old. Nadia is 6 months old, and all my blood work has rebounded. I'm doing well. Please go check out Tomorrow Dawn Frazier on GoFundMe if you can. And also check out Myelin and Melanin podcast. And you guys, 6 months. Didn't feel like we were just in Mexico the other day though. 6 months. 6 months. We have an afro. We are feeling better. 6 months. It's only going to get better from here. That's the optimistic me talking last week. I wasn't so optimistic last week. I was like, I don't feel well. I want to lay down, but it's only going to get better from here. Okay, you guys, this was kind of long because it was a lot, but 6 months, you guys, 6 months. I'm so excited. So we'll talk in another month. If anything happens before that time, I'll jump on. But we'll talk soon. I hope you guys are doing wonderful. It's almost fall. It's beautiful outside. I was able to turn off the AC at my house, crack a window. It's beautiful outside. So if you guys can go get some fresh air, social distance, or with your mask, and we'll talk soon. Yeah? Yeah.